Hey everybody, it's Scott Blasey from the Clarks. It is an honor and a privilege to be with you this evening, raising thousands of dollars to offer help, hope, and healing. I hope you have a wonderful night. Well, if I sing you one more song, baby, would you come along? You can tell me what to do. If I kiss you one more time, baby, will you read my sign? You can tell me that we're through. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna hold you one more time, or maybe two. I just wanna be with you, yeah. 'Cause I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. If I pour you one more wine, baby, will you read my mind? You can play me for a fool. If I stay just one more night, baby, will you hold me tight? You can use me like a tool. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna hold you one more time, or maybe two. I just wanna be with you, yeah. 'Cause I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a fool, yes, I'm a fool. I'm a fool for you. Oh, 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 I'm a fool. I'm a fool for you. And if we make love one more time, maybe you would change your mind. Yeah. Woo!
A very pleasant good evening, and I don't know about you, but I'm loving that music that we're listening to right now. It's absolutely unbelievable, and what a way to kick off this evening. Hello, everyone. I'm Paul Alexander. I'm along with my beautiful wife, Shelley Duffy, who's eventually going to be Alexander, but maybe...
Every event we do, you bring that up. I
Well...
just haven't had time to change it or hash it or whatever, but I will, I swear. I'm going to get to it, promise.
And of course, this being 2020, we don't get to do anything that we normally do in a normal fashion, so we've kind of, I think, tweaked things a little bit and made this, you know, a toast to find a cure, unwind, an absolutely special yet different event. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate that. And we're going to make sure that you have a blast. We want you to feel generous more than anything else. And we want you to give early and give often.
That's right. And we're going to let you know how this all works. There are going to be a few new different twists to all of this because we're virtual, as is everybody this year. That seems to be the catchphrase. So that's what we're going to do. So here's some things that we're going to let you know that are going to be going on throughout the evening. First of all, get comfortable, all right?
Yes,
get
please.
situated, because that's what, and most importantly, have your wine or adult beverage, because that's really, really what it's all about too, because, you know, that always helps.
It sure does.
It
And the
always
fact
helps.
that you're in your own
Right?
home,
You're
it makes
relaxed.
perfect sense.
So, okay, make sure you have your phone or your tablet nearby, because you're going to need that. You're going to need that to donate, to bid on auction items, all of that. So make sure that is right there beside you. Activate the link to the online auction if you haven't already done that, because you are going to need that as well. That's going to make it easy. It's going to make it right there, and right then and there you'll be able to do it. Also, most importantly, get that fabulous tumbler you got earlier, and make sure you get something in, as I mentioned. That's what I was saying. Now, we couldn't decide between the sangria or the slushy, so we decided to just go with the simple wine because, well, it's unWINEd, right?
Yes.
So there you go.
Before we go any further, a toast to this amazing evening, a toast to finding cures for pediatric cancer, and a toast to your generosity this evening. And how about to my lovely bride?
Aw, and to you too, my dear.
Cheers.
A toast to unWINEd, absolutely.
Now, before we have a
All right,
stain,
now you're gonna have to put that. I'll
Yeah,
have
I'm
that
gonna
all
go ahead.
over me, so we can't do
I'll
that.
be wearing that. Okay. Is everybody good?
Hopefully.
Everybody have a little sip there? That's good. Now, keep an eye on the chat feature right on the screen, and that's going to be a big part of this evening's program. We'll be chatting away, and they'll be loving to hear from you. So we'd like to see your comments. We'd like to see those big donations, and we would love to have an opportunity to be sharing this with you on that beautiful patio at Narcissi. We're going to make sure that we do that next year. And at least the good news is, as far as I know, still no sign of the murder hornet. So we've avoided that. So, no, I mean, I think people are waiting for what's next. And I think,
That is true.
I
That
think
is
we've
true.
dodged that bullet. So to me, that is a very good thing. The mission of Children's Hospital, 3 kids of my own, 2 additional, and a granddaughter. You don't ever want to need Children's Hospital, but you thank God and your lucky stars when you do and they're there. So what we want to do is arm them with the funds to become even better. Your generosity demonstrated this evening is going to help them in a very strong way. Hopefully shows like this and programs like this someday won't be needed. In the meantime, they most certainly are, and that makes you the key ingredient of this whole evening. So, along with the hope and your charitable giving, we just want to arm those researchers with the funds needed to find a cure. That's why we're here, and that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. And it would be easy to overlook or take for granted what we have right in our own backyard, and that is Children's Hospital. It's consistently a top 10 children's hospital in the country. Again, like you said, it's not something that we want to have to go to, or you want your kids or your grandchildren to go to, but the fact that it's right there in our own backyard. My granddaughter Evelyn has been there repeatedly over the past 6 months or so. She had seizures, and that was knowing that that was available, and those doctors and those programs were all there. That's what made it that much easier to be able to take and to be able to deal with. And it's so difficult when you have a child that's in the hospital. But because of what we're doing and things like this tonight, that's what it's all about, because we need to raise those funds. We need to be able to help not just people, but the kids in Children's Hospital. So that's what it's about.
It sure is, and it's also about the fact that these events don't just happen. There's a huge committee that just basically dedicated their lives to make this event happen. And how about the fact they reimagined the entire event to salvage it? We can't do it as we normally do, but that doesn't mean we stop. And the one thing that this whole pandemic and all of this 2020 challenge has shown us, that we find a way. And that's what we've done. And it's great leadership. Usually, it's pretty easy to lead when everything's good. I mean, it's not that easy, but it's easier. When things get tough, that's when leaders really emerge. And we're so thankful that our chair is a true leader, and that's Debbie Depew. And we're going to throw it over to her right now, and I imagine she may have a sip of wine or two.
Paul, you know me so well. Glass in hand, ready to celebrate this evening's success. Like Paul and Shelley said, I'm the chair of this year's unWINEd, A Toast to Hope for a Cure. I want to thank you all for being here this evening. I hold this event dear to my heart as a mom of a 12-year cancer survivor. For those of you that have joined us in the past, tonight looks a little different. And although it looks different, our mission remains the same. We are here to raise funds and awareness for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh's Hematology Oncology. And this year's event would not be possible without the help and support of my amazing committee, all of our sponsors, and of course, all of you. So, thank you once again. Sit back, relax, enjoy this evening's event, take a sip of wine, and help us raise lots of money for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. Cheers. And now I'm going to kick it back to my great friends, Paul and Shelley.
Debbie, thanks you so much.
Isn't she amazing?
She truly is.
She does this
Truly
every
is.
year, and I tell you what, the passion, and again, a lot of times passion comes from personal experience, and obviously her story indicates that. But I tell you what, to undertake something like this year after year and to just keep raising those funds, I admire her so much.
Superstar.
Yeah,
No
absolutely. Now, it is important what we're doing, obviously, because it's about helping the kids, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. So these kids have been touched by cancer, and hopefully, like you said, we can get rid of all of this one day. But until then, to better illustrate what we mean, we would like to welcome Hannah Smith. She's going to share her story with us this evening.
Hi everyone. I'm so sad we can't be together in person at Narcissus today, but thank you so much for tuning in to our virtual event. My name is Hannah Smith, and I'm 23 years old, and I'm also 8 years cancer-free. At the age of 15, I was playing on 3 different soccer teams when I found a lump on my neck, and it turned out to be Hodgkin's lymphoma. To say my world changed would be such an understatement. Of course, my daily life changed as I went to chemotherapy appointments and then radiation, and as I lost all my hair. But looking back on it, that was truly a turning point in my life. Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh does a great job of going the extra mile with the little details. Have you ever seen their themed radiology rooms? They're absolutely awesome. Every inch of that room is an adventure. And let me tell you, getting a scan in a pirate ship wheel is so much less scary than in a plain white tube. Another thing they do a great job with is inpatient stays. They have wooden doors on the room to give it more of a hotel feel than a hospital feel. And they have a place for parents to stay comfortably so they don't have to leave their child during the stay. Another thing I always liked was the oncology floor having a snack and drink room. It may not sound like much, but if you have to fast all morning for a scan, it's really nice to grab a snack before your appointment. They also have playrooms filled with things to keep kids occupied for hours on end, and even a teen room with things that teens might like a little better than just toys. All of these little details might not seem like much individually, but together, they really make the difference. Another thing that makes children special is the people. From the receptionist when you first walk through the door, to the nurses, PAs, doctors, everyone is so friendly, trying to make it less scary. And the child life specialists do a great job of distracting us from procedures and tests with therapy dogs, crafts, and even a stuffed animal to take home with us. They do such a great job of making us individually feel special. It was during my treatment I met who would become my role model. Dr. Randy Winreich is the most compassionate doctor I know. In fact, he's the most compassionate person I know. The way he listened to me and respected my questions, even though I was only 15, really made things less scary for me. He truly is a phenomenal person. He took the time to get to know me and asked me about soccer and even helped with my homework. He is the reason I wanted to go to medical school. It's not just me who has been touched by Dr. Randy either. Children's Hospital's Adolescent Young Adult program has introduced me to some incredible people. I bonded with a girl I'll probably be forever friends with, Alexa. First, just because we were talking about how much we love Dr. Randy. The AYA program has given me friends who can understand what I went through and understand that childhood cancer never really leaves the back of your mind. I have been able to meet more of the oncology department and get to know patients who love their doctors just as much as I love Dr. Randy. We have quite the special bond from our ski trips and pirate games and all of the events. And we even have a pretty funny Snapchat group message as well. We've been able to celebrate the years that our friends came on the trip finally as survivors after being there as patients undergoing active treatment for years. We have also been touched to feel the loss and the hole in our group as some of our own have lost their battle with cancer. I'm getting ready to start my second year of medical school at Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. My studies this year have shown me a different side of cancer. I've learned about the different types of cancer, but also the therapies we use to treat them. And I've learned that some of these chemotherapy drugs are risk factors to harm every organ system in our body. And some of these were drugs I personally was on. It really made me think about what we're putting childhood cancer patients through. We have come a long way in cancer treatment, but we still have a long way to go. I am beyond thankful to Children's Hospital to be 8 years cancer-free. And I'm so thankful to Dr. Randy, the rest of oncology, as well as the imaging, surgery, cardiology, GI, adolescent health, pulmonology, every department that I've been a patient at to be where I am today. But I am not naive that not every child gets to go to college or survives that long. Or there are kids who become cancer survivors but never get to get back to the sports they love, or are still going to the hospital for long-term side effects every day. We need to keep fighting so every single child gets the chance to go to college, become a doctor, lawyer, athlete, writer, teacher, whatever they want to be. I truly appreciate the support you give this amazing hospital. And I'm sad we weren't able to be in person this year, but I'm so thankful to our board for putting together this awesome virtual event. Thank you.
Hannah, thank you so much, and just a great reminder of why we're here and why we're going to keep coming as long as we have to and raise as much money as we possibly can. And again, that's up to you. Please have that other sip of wine, bottle of wine, whatever, how much you need.
I'm telling you, it helps. I swear.
It sure does.
It just you just feel a little more giving, right?
Well, absolutely, and that's exactly what we need you to do. In fact, we're going to do something that we never do at Narcissi. Really, we're going to actually take a break. We're going to have an intermission, and what we would encourage you to do: fill up that gorgeous tumbler, maybe even have a shot of something, whatever it takes. No, whatever's going to work for you is what we would like you to do. And we might even have another sip of wine.
That's right. But first, while we have this intermission going on, we're going to be listening to a little bit of music, okay, from the Blasement. Okay, are you going to dance with me? You know what I mean? Yeah. As he's done so many Saturday nights, we want you to give a big round of applause to Scott Blasey and enjoy.
And the orchestra.
This little
Scott Blasey and his orchestra.
This little intermission. Right. Sorry for him.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks for having me at the 9th Annual UNWINEd. You know, I've been working closely with Children's Hospital over quite a few years now. I always participate in the WDVE Radiothon, and I have a special place in my heart for Children's Hospital. My wife Denise and I have 3 daughters, and they have all been to Children's at one point or another. And our middle daughter Ava spent a couple nights there 5 or 6 years ago, and the staff there, the nurses, the doctors were just exceptional. It's a world-class facility, and they took care of Ava, and we will be forever grateful to them. So thank you so much for having me. I'm going to do one more. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Vincent, will you teach me how to paint? Teresa, will I ever be a saint? And John, I really think your songs are great. I was born too late. And William, will you teach me how to ride? And Cassius, will you show me how to buy? And Thomas, say, I think I see the light. I was born tonight. I've had a hard time leaving this town. I've been losing everything that I've found. I'm gonna search the sky, kiss the ground, build it up up and tear it back down. And Jimmy, show me how you play that thing. And Elvis, will I ever be a king? And Jerry, all the joy and love you bring, I was born to sing. Martin Luther King, show me the way. Jesus, Buddha, teach me how to pray. Christopher, I think I see the babe. I was born today. I've had a hard time leaving this town. I've been losing everything that I've found. I'm gonna search the sky, kiss the ground, build it up and tear it back down. I've had a hard time leaving this place. I've been counting all the lines on my face. I'm gonna curse the sky, hit the ground. What goes up comes tumbling down. Tumbling down. Tumbling down. Tumbling down.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Oh,
Oh,
we're back.
okay, wait. I need just one more
Yes,
second.
that's it.
Was that not amazing? Is he not so wonderful to listen to? Here, yeah, you got to
Before
put
you
that down
spill.
because I can't navigate all of this.
You've got a lot going on here.
So thank you
Well,
so
you look very nice.
so much to Scott.
Did I mention that?
Oh, thank you.
You look beautiful.
You too. You
Oh.
you clean up. You do. Anyway, the only person that could possibly follow Scott is our dear friend Lacey Spagnolo. Lacey and her family shared their story a couple of years ago at this very event, and tonight she's back to give us an update and to remind us of what tonight is all about. All right, please welcome Lacey. Lacey, take it away.
Hey everybody, it's Lacey Spagnolo here.
I'm Jimmy Spagnolo.
And we're back. We're saying hello to you. Jimmy is gonna head out, but I wanted to let you know that Jimmy is doing really well. For those of you that don't know him, we spoke at an unWINEd event about 3 years ago. Jimmy's had a brain tumor since he was 4 months old. He's been through 4 rounds of chemotherapy. He had to go back on this past June after a 3.5-year break. It was incredible. We really lived it up. And now that we're in the middle of a pandemic, it was a little scary, but Jimmy's blood work is completely normal, believe it or not, even through the medication that he takes daily. It's a MEK inhibitor called selumetinib. It was in trials for the last 10 years, and 3 weeks before we had to make a decision about putting Jimmy on it. It got pediatric approved through the FDA. So when we talk about research and we talk about funding research, it really does make a difference because it came to us exactly when we needed it to come. Insurance was covered. We didn't have to go into a trial. They knew exact dosage. It really did make a difference in our lives. And Jimmy is sailing through it. He has very minimal side effects and is doing incredible, as he always does. As far as all of the other things, you know, Children's Hospital really backs us up when it comes to the music department, when it comes to the therapy department, and we know we're in the middle of a pandemic. And it makes it even more difficult with social distancing because, you know, our kids, especially my Jimmy, loves his hugs. But at our blood work appointments and every time we're in the hospital, the music therapists still find a way to connect. And Jimmy gets to FaceTime his music therapy and gets to see his dogs over the phone. And that kind of relationship is priceless. And this is the kind of stuff that you're funding. This is the kind of stuff that really makes a difference in families like ours, because to connect and to feel as part of a group is so important. So Jimmy's here to tell you. Jimmy, how good are you doing right now?
Really good.
How good?
So good.
Okay, and is it easy to be in the middle of a pandemic?
Yeah.
It is?
No.
But are you doing the best you can?
Yes, I miss seeing my friends, giving all of them hugs.
Yeah, but we're doing right. We're doing all right, aren't we?
I might have a plate in my my friend Colin this week.
We might have play dates. So we're doing well over here. But we want to tell you that everything you donate to Unwind does make a difference, especially in our families like ours. For Jimmy, you know, we really feel
Like kids like me.
like kids like Jimmy. So we really feel like it's really important to tell you that when you donate to Unwind, and the research this goes into and the programs it goes into still affects us 10 years later. We are using every single thing, every resource that you're funding every time we're in the hospital. So we want you to make sure we know that how important you are and how much you give us hope every time we walk in there. And Jimmy's on a medicine that was researched for 10 years that you helped fund. So, I mean, when you think about that and you think about now that Jimmy has a high quality life, yes, he's on a med. He did not have any side effects with the med that were major, which is such a blessing in itself.
But I'm doing really good.
He's doing really good. I don't know if I believe you.
I'm doing really good.
So thank you for being part. Oh, go ahead.
And my scars are doing good.
So thank you for being part of the Unwind. He's showing you his leg scars. I'm not sure why. Thank you for being part of the Unwind event. We know we're virtual this year. We know it's different. We can't wait to get back in person with you all and say hello. Wait till you see how big Jimmy got. He's grew 3.5 inches through the pandemic. I can't even believe it. But we want you to know that you are making a difference and you are making our lives as kids with cancer and kids with hard things that they have to face, you're making it easier. So thank you to you all. Jimmy, what do you want to tell everybody?
Thank you, and to all good night.
So thank you for donating to Unwind, for being part of the virtual event this year, and we send our love to you all. Thank you.
Love you all.
Lacey, thank you. And what I remember most, obviously, is Jimmer's dancing. That guy was electric. He's amazing. Mm-hmm. And stories like Jimmy and Hannah, the really sad part is there's thousands more, just like those guys, that they hear that C word and all of a sudden their world is upside down. Their whole lives are turned upside down. And that's why we continue to ask you to be generous. We continue to ask you to give. And we just want to have great stories like we have with Lacey and Hannah, because with your help and your donations, that's exactly what can happen.
Children's Hospital, and I can even go back even further with my sister, who is a cancer survivor. She's a leukemia survivor from many years ago, but again, Children's Hospital was there even back then, and that's what this is all about. We want more survivor stories. That's what we need, and that's what we're asking you to help with. Now, amazing things are happening with the entire fight. I mean, honestly, they are. We have made so many strides. But I've learned one thing, that kindness and love, it doesn't matter where you're doing it. So maybe we're not at Narcissi doing this right now, but whether you're at home, whether you're outside on your deck, it doesn't matter. We can still all do this together.
And here's where we're really counting on you. You have your phone, your tablet, whatever device. There's a little button that says Donate Now. I'd like you to hit that like it's not working. So you just keep hitting it and hitting it like, what's going on with Donate Now? Why? Well, there's 100, there's 1,000, there's another 100, there's another. Just keep hitting it, and then we'll add it all up for you, and then you'll be fine. But in the meantime, just keep hitting Donate Now, Donate Now, Donate Now, and you're gonna feel so much better about it. A little thing in your body, and there's a saying that says it's better to give than to receive. And a lot of people probably just take that for granted and don't know that physiologically, when you do give, endorphins fire inside of your body and actually make you healthier. We're trying to help you be a better you by donating and by giving, because it'll make everything, your blood will flow better, your heart will feel better, and everything about your whole body will be better if you give to other people. That's a scientific, proven fact, and we're here to help you feel that unbelievable feeling. It makes you a better human being.
I don't know about you, but if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what would. I look at you, I'm in awe that I'm married to you. I really am. It's just incredible. So whether it's 10,
she hit it a little hard during the intermission. I think that's obvious.
It's $10, whether it's $10,000, whether it's $5, click that donate button now.
Hit it hard, hit it often. Please. Okay, so now your tablet in that lower right-hand corner where it says Donate Now, you can take a little break. Maybe your finger's a little tired, a little sore. But we want to remind you another great way to donate this evening is for our live auction. I mean, there are some amazing, amazing items that we would love you to bid early and bid often for. We've had some amazing moments over our years at Narcissi with this live auction. Now it's going to be virtual, but it can be just as good as it's always been, because what the bottom line is, it's going to raise the level of donations up, you know, I think substantially. So please, feel free to just donate toward our live auction items.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, make sure you get on that link, make sure you know what you're doing, because this is such an important part of our program. And as Paul said, there are so many wonderful and amazing items. Also, too, with your iPhone or your iPad or whatever you have with you, they're going to notify you when you've been outbid. So you don't want that to happen. So make sure you have that right there, because if you get that notification, then you're going to have to up that bid because, well, let's face it, you want that auction item, right? So yeah, make sure you keep it with you and make sure you keep bidding and bidding and bidding.
And this is where I'm really sad in a lot of ways, because when we hit a pretty high number and then it kind of stops, I used to love, come on, we can get it a little higher.
Yes,
so I'm doing that right now virtually. Come on, you just got outbid, didn't you? Raise it, come on, you can get this item. You just got outbid, get it up there. You got more in you, you got more in you. Let's go, little more, little more. Give till it hurts. All right.
It's for the kids.
All right, how do you think we did there?
I don't know. I really don't.
I don't know, because I just don't know.
There was
all right, so. That was pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah.
But all that we're hoping and praying for is a cure, so we don't have to do this anymore. But I have a feeling we might need a few more bucks next year. And what I'm really hopeful for is that we all get to reconvene together at Narcissi and kind of get the band back together. And I just want to thank you for your generosity, and I want to thank everybody at Children's Hospital for the amazing work that they do. And I want to thank my lovely wife for putting up with me, basically.
And I think one thing that's kind of cool about this, maybe people can really focus too. I mean, a lot of times when you're at an event, you get a little sidetracked, you're talking to people, you're enjoying the food, the beverages. So maybe while you're at home and things are a little bit more, you know, chill, you're able to really focus on that auction. You're really able to focus on that donate button, because that's really what we need from you. Now, before we step away from the mic tonight, we would like once again to recognize the amazing sponsors, the fantastic unWINEd event committee. There are so many people that make an event like this happen, and each and every one of them is an integral part. And as always, of course, the ever positive Debbie Depew, who is your event chair tonight and has been, and we are so thankful for her for being able to do this and having the strength to just keep going and keep pushing for the kids.
Keep in mind, every single dollar raised at this event goes to all the cancer programs at Children's Hospital. Sadly, we need every dollar, so thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of this.
All right, everybody have a wonderful evening, and we would like to make another toast to unWINEd. So if you're sitting there, whatever beverage you have in your hand, raise it right now. Let's do a virtual group toast to unWINEd.
Cheers.
Clink those
God
glasses
bless.
and cheers. Good night, everyone.
Be safe.
Well, if I sing you one more song, baby, would you come along? You can tell me what to do. If I kiss you one more time, baby, will you read my sign? You can tell me that we're through. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna hold you one more time, or maybe two. I just wanna be